Hey guys, Beth here, and like I said, I have a remote to be all professional and beep and turn the camera on and beep and turn it off, but let's talk, okay? Lots going on here still. I've got so many things to talk about. My life is kind of swamped with this, and I embrace it. I invited it, and I'll deal with it. My first thing is this young man at the Lawrence County Jail, okay? And I'm going to be talking about how inhumane the Lawrence County Jail is here. Let me turn the reflection of my TV off there. There we go. Excuse me. But first of all, I'm going to talk about this young man. Now, I don't know this young man. I don't know this family, but his name is Justin. He's 35 years old, and he's currently residing in the Lawrence County Jail. His charges are not important, and whatever he did is not important. He's still a human being, and I think they were minor charges. I didn't even really look at that because I don't determine people by what people accuse them of doing or what the courts here indict somebody for doing or don't indict somebody for doing, because that's always got connections from here and from here and from there, but that's another video. Anyway, Justin, the conditions down there are unbelievable. 30 people in one cell. I mean, that's ridiculous. And people contact me. Plus, when I was a cop and went back through there, I mean, it was bad back then. But this young man was laying on the floor, and they give you, I think they only give you a wool blanket. Well, we know in the summertime they give you a wool blanket because they turn the air on. Now, how can we afford to freeze everybody out so they won't fight, but we can't afford to put stuff down to kill the rats? So a rat bit this young man while it walked across his chest and bit him. You know, so let's first talk about his condition. So he got flu-like symptoms. He was sick and was yelling for help. Other people were trying to yell for help. This is what I've been told. It's not hearsay, or how would I know about it, right? So anyway, he's been sick, yelling for help for 10 days, and nobody's done anything about it. Luckily, people reached out to the family, and the family reached out to the sheriff, and however, whatever caused that to happen, I don't care. I'm glad it did. And put him in the tank because he was sick, and to monitor him, which is the only place they have a camera. How many jails across here have cameras? I'm telling you, not for us, for the dispatchers, for the jailers, for everything. You know, they don't know what everybody's doing back there, right? And they don't care. They really don't care. And I'm going to be blunt. You know me, I'm going to be blunt. So anyway, this man's been sick. So as of the couple hours ago, Justin has been treated by medical staff and has been given a shot for rabies and is on antibiotics. So at this point right now, to the best of my knowledge, I know that he is being treated. But why did it take 10 days? And why are there rats in the jail? Sewer rats, okay? It would be so much cheaper if we take a little bit out of that $1 million rainy day fund and treat the area for rats. And then somebody came on there and said, oh, it's jail. They're supposed to be treated like that. Not in a county jail in Ohio. You want to go to Alcatraz, yeah, you can let rats bite you. You guys, when you drive down past the jail and the courthouse, I wonder if you think, hey, my friend's working at the courthouse. Or I wonder if you think, oh, my God, my child's in there. Do you guys ever drive down through there, stop at the red light, and then think, over here, prominent. Over here, poverty-stricken, targeted. Because nobody well-known or rich gets pulled over here. They target people with the cracked windshield, and that's a whole nother video. Don't get me started. So anyway, young man's being treated, okay? So I talk about groups and groups and groups of different people, right? All the time. And I talk about the homeless. A lot of people talk about the homeless, animals and everything else. But let's talk about each individual human being that is currently being housed at the Lawrence County Jail. Okay, so you got tons of women in there in a little tiny cell with an iPad duct taped to the ceiling so they control what you watch, so you won't have anything exciting to get you all riled up. What do they do in the men's? They got a big TV. Okay, it's still a man's world, even inside, right? And that's my opinion. So you can judge me all you want for it. I don't care. You know, I don't care. So anyway, I'll be continue with Justin's story, and I'll be talking more about this whole situation with the jail, because when women women will write me letters from jail, and all of a sudden they cease. That's against somebody's civil rights to not let them mail a letter to me, telling me their situation, asking for advice or asking for my help. That is against their civil rights to keep their mail from being mailed to me. Okay, so I'm gonna have a talk at the post office. I tried to get down there, call, and couldn't get a hold of anybody of importance to talk about it. So anyway, we'll be dealing with that issue. So anybody should be free to write anybody they want to, okay? I mean, if okay. So anyway, I'll be continuing with that, and I'll call down there myself tomorrow and tell them who I am, and tell them I'm just wanting to check on the well-being of this young man. And but anyway, if you're a woman and you're in there and you're on your monthly menstrual cycle, and they don't give you any feminine products or any cleansing wipes or anything like that, because you can't use the toilet because it's clogged up with stool, urine, and toilet paper, and they don't have anybody come in and fix it, okay? You guys might want to fix that tonight before somebody calls and they come down there to see if it's true, because I guarantee you, I know what's going on down there, okay? Everybody said, oh, you couldn't run for sheriff, why do you care? Honey, I've cared from day one. I've cared from the day I was, February 2nd, 1996, I've cared, and I've never stopped caring, and I never will. I may not be around here, but I'll always care about here and what goes on here in this town, and I'll always talk about it. So anyway, with that being said, I'll be back in a little bit to do another video. This one will be talking about, excuse me, I gotta put my skepticals on here. Yeah, I do a lot for the homeless. I try to, and a lot of people thank you so much for everything you do. But I say it's time we get a petition going about the conditions of the Lawrence County Jail. And if you look it up, I'm not going to say it. You can look it up for yourself. I'm not going to do everything, all right? Under my belief, and the last time I checked, the Lawrence County Jail does not even meet state requirements. If that's true, and you find out, they shouldn't even be operating. They shouldn't even have anybody down there, and none of those people should have jobs. Correct? Okay, look it up and see for yourself about the state requirements for the municipality here or in the county jails. What cracks me up is you guys are saying, oh, you're supposed to be treated like that in jail. Well, here's a big news flash. Here's a big red flag for everybody. Why do we put these criminals in prison? And what's the one main thing we give them? Well, there's two. You hand them a basketball, and you provide them with excellent weight room so they can get stronger, madder, meaner. When they get out, they go right back to doing what they were doing. Apathy would be the trick to tell people, you're not going to have any access to weights or workout or anything. Let apathy set in. And if they don't exercise themselves, they will not survive. Apathy instead of a weight room and creating a monster out of already maybe a monster. If they weren't a monster before they went to prison, that is just as big a clique in prison as it is on the streets here. They will make you everybody's got it in a clique. Aryan Brotherhood, different, Muslim, black, white, everything has a clique. You have to belong to a group. Well, I don't want to belong to any group other than my Lord Jesus Christ and Savior's group. And I'm looking forward to, I'm going to start going over here to Central Christian. I was going out to Mamre, and I don't like going out there that winding road with the snow. And I drove a car for a living, and I just want to go from A to B and be done with it. But I love Mamre Church. I love the pastor out there, Pastor Ryan, and I love everybody there. But I was going to do this in another video, but when Central Christian Church was down on, it's still there. I believe it's a different denomination. But I was baptized there when I was 10. Remember that big, huge schoolhouse there? I believe back in the days, if anybody's a historian out there that can tell me that, I believe that used to be a hospital years back. But I remember my mom hold my hand. We always had to wear gloves and patent leather shoes, little white socks with lace around them. I remember that big staircase. how each step it was so hard for my little legs to get up each step. So I'm trying to coincide a little bit of hope for people here, because the only thing bad about this area is once you're labeled a criminal, it's hard for you to get that label off of you. Sometimes it takes decades, and I'll use myself as an example. Somebody tries to run your name or what you stand for. Sometimes you just wither away and just crawl in a corner and just don't fight back to get what you actually didn't deserve. You didn't deserve it in the first place. So anyway, I'll be back here in a little bit. Okay, it's late. You know, I took some me time. We had a movie night, and sitting back and relaxing a little bit. Had a good meal. So I'll be back here in a little bit. And if I haven't reached back to you tonight, it's because I took time for myself, and I apologize. But I'm not going to forget nobody. Okay. So this is Beth Risk. God bless Ironton, Ohio. It's cold out there.